Our big role is making sure those nutrients are going into the right place. When you talk about precision ag, historically we've done a few composite samples in a field to make a blanket application of nutrients. But as we take more intensive sampling, we realize that the variation across the field is much greater than what we thought it was in the past.
The 4R Nutrient Stewardship Report. Information about how the right source, right rate, right time, and right place interact with issues facing everyone. From Tim Mundorff's perspective, Precision Ag and the 4Rs have changed the way he does business with his dealer and farmer customers.
In a field, say, with an average phosphorus P1 Bray value of a 20 part per million, you could very well have some 2 and 3 part per million areas. They're higher yielding areas maybe that pulled off more nutrients over the years, and those areas need more fertility applied to them to support those yield levels. Other areas will have numbers in the 40s and 50s or even 100 part per million. Sometimes those are poorer yielding areas that have received those blanket applications but haven't pulled off near as many nutrients as the higher yielding areas have. Other times, as we've consolidated our farm operations, we've taken livestock operations and turned those into cropping areas. Those areas may not need any fertility for even a decade, but we continue to put those blanket applications on them. So by moving to grid and zone sampling, we're able to better identify that variation. The lab provides the analysis to come back with the nutrients that need to be applied, and by making just better decisions on applying those nutrients where they are needed by the crop, we do a much better job of using them well, profitably, and cutting down on potential pollution issues. A lot more 5-acre zones versus 20 or 30 or even 100-acre fields that people used to look at. We're seeing a lot more of that. The number of samples increased with the precision ag and the grid sampling, but also the wide variety of samples. Not only are we doing things like pH, P, and K, which traditionally have been nutrients we've looked at, we're looking more at micronutrients. We're doing more in-season nitrogen testing to look at side dressing. As people look at conserving that nutrient that has such a high value now, or high costs with higher fertilizer costs, people are looking at doing multiple applications through the season, doing a better job of not wasting that nutrient. Put it there when the crop needs it. That's true of a lot of different nutrients, but especially with nitrogen, we're seeing a lot more pre-side dress nitrogen testing, a lot more plant tissue testing. People looking at both the uptake of the nutrient in the plant besides the soil fertility, and then making decisions combining both of those pieces of data. So yeah, it's led to a lot more testing. We do manure management plans, so we're doing a lot more manure testing. People aren't using those book values anymore because frankly, they're probably not accurate with what their livestock operation is producing.
For more information, visit nutrientstewardship.com.